Hello all, welcome to our channel. In this video, let's discuss about Spring interview questions and answers. These are mostly asked interview questions. So here we will be covering the basic concepts of Spring also. So please watch this video without skipping. Let's start. What is Spring Framework? Why it is very popular? Before learning about Spring Framework, we need to know what is framework first. So framework means something, it consists of some predefined classes and functions within that. That is nothing but it already consists of some pre-written codes within that. So on the top of that, developers can write their codes. So this will help the developers to write their codes easily. So now we need to know what is Spring Framework. So Spring is also a type of framework only, and it is a open source application framework, and it is used for enterprise application development. So in companies and all, they are using this Spring Framework only. It is very popular framework. And why it is very popular, we need to know. That is advantages of Spring Framework. It is lightweighted and loosely coupled. So lightweighted and loosely coupled means this framework will not force Java developers to change their code according to itself. So we can write our code independently, and also it is more flexible. Then it already consists of some predefined templates, so that will helpful for faster development, and then easy to test. Name some of the important Spring modules. Let's see what are the available Spring modules in overall. So each of these Spring modules will serve some purpose. First one, Spring Context. It is used for dependency injection. We'll see about dependency injection later. Now let's learn Spring Context means for dependency injection. Then Spring MVC. So Model View Controller implementation we can do by using this module. Spring Web Module. It is used for creating web applications. Then Spring DAO. It is for database operations using DAO pattern. Then Spring JDBC. It is for JDBC and data source support. Then Spring ORM, it is for supporting Hibernate. Then Spring AOP for aspect oriented programming. What is Spring MVC? Spring MVC means it is a module in Spring, and it is useful for developing model view controller architecture based applications. So it will be helpful for developing flexible and loosely coupled web applications. Model means here application data, that is all the Pojo classes we will be calling it as model. Then view. View is nothing but HTML page. This view only will be seen by the end user, whatever we are seeing in the screen, that is view. Then controller. Controller will be like here only all the logics will be there. So it is responsible for processing all the user requests, and it will build that model and pass it to view. So here only all the logics will be there. What is dispatcher servlet or front controller? In both the ways we will get questions. So here front controller is also dispatcher servlet only they are asking. Dispatcher servlet is the front controller that handles all the incoming HTTP requests from the client and sends back that responses to the client. So it will get the request and find the appropriate controller and view and send back that response to the client. It is the role of dispatcher servlet. Here file name should be servlet name -servlet. So dispatcher servlet is also some files only within our application. So here that file will consist of some configurations within that. Now let's understand more about dispatcher servlet through picture. So here if you see client is sending request, this request first dispatcher servlet only will receive, and it will search for the appropriate controller. So based on that link which controller it needs to go, like that with the help of handler mapping it will find. Then this controller with the help of view resolver it will get that view. So view means we know it is HTML page, that is which page the client is requesting. So this page it will get. Then this view will be given back to the dispatcher servlet. Then it will be sent to the client as response. So main role of dispatcher servlet is it will receive the request and send back the response to the client. What is Spring IOC container and explain its advantages. IOC means inversion of control. So here Spring IOC container means it is at the core of Spring framework. So this is the very important feature of Spring. So here this container will read the configuration file whatever we have in our project, and based on that it will create and store that objects and completely it will manage it. So we no need to worry about that objects. Everything it will be taking care. So this process is called inversion of control. Usually we only will be creating objects and we need to take care of that. But here Spring is taking the control. That is inversion of control. Advantage is developers can concentrate on business logic since object creation and managing are handled by Spring IOC containers itself. So in the overall, Spring IOC container means it is a container, and within that container all the beans will be created and stored, and also it will be managing that. Explain the types of IOC containers in Spring. We saw what is IOC containers. Now let's see its types. There are two types. First one is bean factory. It is the interface that contains this collection of beans and it instantiates them whenever asked by clients. This is the first type. Second one, application context. It is also similar to bean factory only, but it is built on the top of bean factory. That is, it consists of all the features of bean factory, along with that some extra functionality will be there. So application context is the most used IOC container in Spring. How to create application context in project. So application context means it is IOC container and it is a interface. So we need some class to load this interface. There are different classes are there. Let's see about it. First one, class path XML application context. So since it is XML application context, it is used for standalone Java applications, and using that XML based configurations will be loaded. Then file system XML application context. It is for similar to class path application context only, but except that XML configuration file can be loaded from anywhere in the file system. Class path only this class path XML will be loaded, but here anywhere in the system we can load. Then annotation config application context. So it is also for standalone Java applications only, and it is used for using annotations based configurations. Then annotation config web application context and XML web application context. It is for web applications. You can note here and web will be the extra word. Annotation config web application context and XML web application context. So it is used for web applications. Remaining all for standalone Java applications. What is Spring Bean? Spring Bean means it is a normal Java class only, but initialization of this class will be taken care by Spring IOC container. That is, the Spring IOC container will manage the life cycle of this Spring Bean. It will create it, store it, and it will manage that. And also it will inject if there is any required dependencies in that bean. Everything will be taken care by Spring IOC container itself. How many bean scopes are supported by Spring? Bean scopes are nothing but how this bean is created and when it needs to create. All these things we can handle. So that is bean scope, and there are 5 types of bean scopes are there. Now let's see about it. First one, singleton. Here only one instance of bean is created for each container, and remember default scope of Spring Bean is singleton only. Then prototype. Here a new instance will be created every time the bean is requested. Difference between singleton and prototype is singleton, whenever we are calling that bean, that already created bean instance only will be called. But here prototype, each time a new instance will be created. Then request. Here for each HTTP request a new instance of bean will be created. Session. For each HTTP session, a new bean will be created. Then global session, it is like used to create global session beans. Then how these beans will be created means we need to use scope attribute in the bean element, or at scope annotation we can use to create these scopes. What is Spring Bean lifecycle? Spring Beans, it is a normal Java class only and it will be there in IOC container. So let's see the lifecycle of Spring Bean. First, it will get created in IOC container of Spring. Then, if any dependencies are there for this Spring Bean, that will get injected. Then, init method is called to initialize these beans. Then, bean is ready to use now and all the operations are done. Now, container will be shut down. Container means here IOC container. Then, destroy method is called to destroy the bean since all the operations are done. What is a Spring configuration file and in how many ways we can do that? We know Spring beans will be automatically created and managed by Spring IOC container. But how it knows which bean it needs to create and when it needs to initialize everything, it needs to know, right? So all those things we need to configure only. So that configuration, it will be done in Spring configuration file. A Spring configuration file is used to define all the beans that will be initialized by the Spring context. Once the context is initialized, we can use it to get different bean instances. So to answer the other question, how many ways we can do that? We can configure Spring Beans through the below ways. So first, XML configuration. Through XML files, we can configure that bean properties. Then Java based configuration. So using @configuration, we can achieve. So this is like a normal Java class only, but adding @configuration annotation on before that Java class, it will make that as a Spring configuration file. Then annotation based configuration. So here @component, @service, @repository, @controller. So these all are some kind of annotations. So that we will be seeing that in later. So these are all the ways to achieve Spring configuration file. What do you mean by dependency injection? Dependency injection is the very important feature of Spring. Let's see about it. It is a process of passing or injecting the dependency object to the dependent object. To understand it more, let's see one example. Class car, class engine. So here class car is the dependent object and that car needs some engine to operate. So that engine is the dependency object. So we need to inject this engine to car. That is called dependency injection. Types of dependency injections: constructor injection, setter injection, field injection. So using these ways, we can inject this dependency. Difference between setter injection and constructor injection. Setter injection means setter will be used to inject the dependencies. Similarly, constructor injection means constructor will be used to inject the dependencies. But we need to know where we will be using setter injection and where we will be using constructor injection. Let's see the differences now. First, in constructor injection, complete dependency injection of the objects can be achieved. That is, in constructor we will use arguments into that. So we will pass those arguments. All those arguments are mandatory. So we cannot avoid any arguments passed into constructor. So that is complete dependency injection. Then in setter injection, partial dependency injection of the objects can be achieved. So that is, in setter injection we will use setter methods for injecting the dependencies. So we can call only the required methods. No need to call all the methods. So it is not mandatory. We can use of course, but it's not mandatory. Then order of injecting dependencies is fixed in constructor injection. Since we are using arguments we want to pass into constructor, those order will be fixed. We cannot change that. Whereas in setter injection, order of injecting dependencies is not fixed. So we can call only the required dependencies. Then in constructor injection, it always creates new bean instance. Because we will call, if we want to create any objects, we will call like, for example, if you have car class, we will call like car C is equal to new car of. So like that only we will call. So that will create new bean instance. But in setter injection, it will not create new bean instance since we will call only direct methods. Example we can see. So at auto wire, that is the like injecting dependencies, that is on annotation. We will see about it later. But remember, it is on annotation and it is used for achieving the dependency injection. So here we are using constructor. So public car, engine, speed. These are the parameters inside the car, and we are just injecting those dependencies. Then in setter injection, we are injecting only set engine method. So another argument is their speed, but we are avoiding that. So that is partial dependency injection. What is bean wiring and at auto wire annotation? Bean wiring means we are connecting that two classes, right? Before we saw about dependency injection. So that dependency injection, we want to connect between some classes. So that connection is called bean wiring. The process of injecting spring bean dependencies while initializing it is called spring bean wiring. This can be achieved by using at auto wired annotation. So at auto wired annotation is used for achieving the dependency injection. Now let's see about the types of auto wiring. Auto wire by type. So here based on class value in configuration file. So whatever we are giving in configuration file, that class value, based on that dependency injection will happen. Same like that auto wire by name. Here based on ID value, auto wire will happen. Then auto wire by constructor. Here it will be added before no argument constructor. And remember, auto wire by type is the default one. If you are just giving at auto wire, then it will consider the auto wire by type since it is the default one. And all those details will be there in configuration file. What is an internal resource view resolver in Spring MVC? View files are those, that is whatever the end user sees. So those files will be with .jsp, .html, like those extensions will be there. So all those extensions, we don't want to always hard code it. Instead, we can configure it in one place. So to achieve that, we will be using view resolver. So view resolver implementations are used to add prefix and suffix of the view file's location, and it is configured using Spring Bean configuration file. Here internal resource view resolver, it is one of the implementation of view resolver interface. So since view resolver is the interface, we need one implementation class for that. Example, if a controller handler method returns home. So consider one scenario. How we want to configure this in properties means, so we are creating one bean and keeping property name equal to suffix. So here value equal to .jsp. So now home.jsp is the file name it will consider. Then prefix is the file location. Whatever we are giving in value, that will be considered as file location. So based on these configurations, it will search and get the required view file. What is the difference between at component, at controller, at repository and at service annotations in Spring? First one, at component. Marking at component annotation before a class. So it will make that as a bean, Spring Bean, and it is a generic stereotype for any Spring managed component. So if you are marking that as at component, it will make that class as a bean, so that it will be considered for creating beans in the IOC containers. Then at controller, this annotation is a specialization of the component annotation, but it will add some extra feature, that is it will make this class as a Spring Web MVC controller. So if you are adding add controller before any class, it will have that feature of add component. Along with that, it will make that class as a controller class. Then add service. This annotation is a specialization of the component annotation only, and it will not add any special characters to that class. Only it will be similar to add component only. We can also replace this add service with add component, but it won't be more meaningful. So that's why we want to add service in the service layer. Then add repository. This annotation is a specialization of the component annotation. So same, and along with that it provides some additional benefits. So this should be used in DAO layers, that is database layers. We can use this add repository. What is add component scan annotation in Spring? In a project, there will be many packages, many files will be there. So if we want to restrict where Spring needs to search for beans means, then we can add that by using add component scan annotation. This process is called component scanning. The process of scanning Spring components within the class path of the application is called component scanning in Spring. Later, Spring will use them to add it in the IOC container. Add component scan annotation is used to achieve this component scanning, and here we will be giving only package name. So base package equal to package name. If we give, only in that package Spring will search for beans. Add component scan annotation is used with add configuration annotation. Add configuration means if you are adding it before any class, then it will make the class as a configuration class. So along with that, if you are adding add component scan also and giving the package name, then it will search only in that particular package. Add component, add controller, add service, add repository, add configuration, and we can tell more annotations. So like this annotated classes, it will be treated as a Spring components. Only in that particular package, whatever we have given in the add component scan, in that whatever classes annotated with these annotations, all those will be considered as a bean, and it will get created in the IOC container. Okay viewers, we have covered almost all the important Spring interview questions. If you have any doubts, please ask it in the comment section. Also let me know if you want any other new videos or important interview questions, any other specific topic. If you want, you can let me know in the comment section, so that I will prepare and upload it as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and support us.